Now we review the 2023 film Attack of the Meth Gator. Well, that doesn't sound cheesy, does it? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we've all seen Cocaine Bear, and I've seen Cocaine Crabs from Outer Space. Well, the Asylum decided to capitalize on the animals doing drugs genre by making Attack of Meth Gator. Yes, Attack of Meth Gator is a very simple plot. You have a bunch of people get busted for meth out in the bayou, and then, as they're running away, a rather large gator gets his hands, or rather his mouth, on some meth, and decides, meth is awesome and I'm going to get more. And the more meth I do, the bigger and stronger I get. This is counterintuitive, as I have known people who have done meth, and that alligator would be pretty useless after his teeth falls out. But you know what they say in the bayou. You know how the gators in that water? You walk up to that water and you stick your hand in that water and you feel that water. If that water done be wet, the gator's in there. Anyway. So, to give you an idea of how Meth Gator is doing, it is getting like a 3.2 on IMDb and a 45% of audience like the film on Rotten Tomatoes. There are no critic scores. So this film is reasonably obscure. And kudos to having a diverse cast, but the CGI is pretty laughable. The gator looks like a real gator. There are a couple of other scenes where they use CGI, and it's kind of silly. And really, this is a Jaws ripoff more than it is a Cocaine Bear ripoff. But I'd say the ending is a little more Cocaine Bear than it is Jaws. Not a huge amount more Cocaine Bear than it is Jaws, but still more Cocaine Bear than it is Jaws. That is a thing, yes. The alligator, before getting methed up, appears to be immune to bullets, and it kills a number of people, including a sheriff. This is right at the beginning, including a sheriff's deputy. And, really, it's like, okay, how does methamphetamine make this gator incapable of bleeding? Because they shoot that thing a lot, and it don't bleed. Kudos to this film for having a wonderfully diverse cast. The sheriff's son is African, and the sheriff himself is Caucasian. So, it's not a homogeneous cast. It's not a bunch of white people in a movie, which Hollywood was for many years. But there are also a lot of odd sort of filler moments. Like, there's this one moment where there's a bunch of girls in bikinis, and I recognize Dare Taylor, who's a model. And, I appreciate girls in bikinis. They're like, look, this is a place people show up in the summer, and, they sunbathe, I guess, even though there's gators in that water. Doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Okay, and, not bad to see Dare Taylor in this film. She's out there, showing off that hiney, but she's in a bikini, and you can see her nude. So I would rather just see her nude. That is how I would generally look at that, but, You Do You movie. There are a lot of, I think she's in the Evil Bong series, and she gets topless, but Dare Taylor has never been shy of taking it off. She's rather like a cosplayer in that regard. But what's the scene do? It's like, yes, we have meth. We throw it in the water. The gator comes and eats it. And then, the bikini chicks, I think they walk off or something. It just has no impact on the rest of the film. There is mention of the idea that there's military-grade hardware, under this bar. And it's like, okay, well, you obviously didn't have the money to bring that out there. But if something is going to shrug off a shotgun shell at point-blank range, it's going to shrug off everything. I mean, it's what unless you have anti-tank rounds, this thing is not going to care much. And I guess that's kind of what they bring out their anti-tank rounds, but I don't know. I mean, as a general point, the film is cheesy and hokey. It's not giving you a lot of strong acting. I couldn't remember any of the characters' names. There's one point in the film where they have a slap contest, and it's like, okay, you're having a slap contest. And what does this have to do with the film? Well, we're trying to find this place where we think the Gator is going to be. And supposedly, if we win the contest, we get to know where that is. All right, it's a little silly, but I guess. And I mean, really, when you look at this film, it's an asylum film. There's not a lot of substance. It's not terribly fun, and it's not terribly funny. I would say as asylum films, this one is about middle of the road, maybe a little above the middle. I've seen worse, and I've even seen films with much worse CGI. But this one isn't as flat out crazy as a lot of the asylum films. So if you're looking for something as weird as, say, Monster or Atlantic Rim, that's not this film. It is just a solid enough monster movie. It's more background than anything else. There's nothing particularly bad about it except for the production value, but there's also nothing particularly good about it. It's just bland. It is the white bread of horror movies. And, that's kind of asylum for you. They put out lower end films. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Greetings, humans! Your old pal Randall here again, reminding you to comment, like, and subscribe. You see, I got my bracelets from Ferocian, and I got another medal from the Conqueror. Yeah, look at that, see? See? That's got an Easter Island head on it. Because if you can't afford to go to Easter Island, you can go and walk Easter Island virtually by going to the Conqueror. You could not screw up the environment by traveling to Easter Island. You could just get this, plant 5 trees, and then walk on your own and learn about Easter Island because I send you postcards. And if you comment, like, and subscribe, you can help the guy that owns this channel buy things like this so he can plant trees, and buy bracelets like this from Ferocian so he can pull trash out of the ocean and make a better world for you. And it isn't going to cost you anything. So don't you have something to say? I mean, shouldn't you in the comments down below say how grateful you are that this man has planted so many trees and pulled so much trash out of the ocean and did all those good things for you? No? Ungrateful human? I should eat your face!